Alright, so now we're continuing here, just on top of what we were off of, and my ink is starting to bleed just a little bit. Again, I don't care, so just keep going with what you're doing. If you're incredibly anal about your ink, try not to go over your ink lines too many times. It's almost impossible to do, but if you can manage it, awesome. Alright, so we're just gonna keep on going here, and it shouldn't take too long at all. And his paw pads are going to be like a deeper blue, maybe a deeper green. See how I feel about it. And remember how I said not to leave a part for too long? Just go right on back to it, color over the line, and follow along with what you were doing just up ahead here. Missed another paw pad. That's okay. The way I see it, if you get too anal about your work, it's gonna bother you along the way somewhere. Alright, so that's how his body's turning out so far. Looks pretty good. But we're just gonna continue here onto the other shoulder. And that paw pad that's really close, don't push too hard because your pen's gonna bleed. It's already started to bleed into the other claw here. So I'm just gonna dodge around that one. Alright, get between the fingers here. Moving on to the lower arm, bicep kind of area. If you want a part to be lighter, just go over it once and leave it. And it's really kind of hard to ignore it. It works better if your felt is dying, but with live felts it's much harder to do. Just gonna go around this one here. Alright, and see how it's got the lighter shading there? Got that up there and up on the upper chest. And we'll move on to the stomach here. My pen's starting to die, and my ink is bleeding. I'm gonna fix that up just a little bit. There we go. Yes, he's a naked foxman, and that's quite alright. You start to see my ink lines starting to show there. Alright. Okay, and we're almost done here. You can see my pen's starting to die already. So I just gotta work a little slower. Try to get around all that. Let's give it a break. Alright. Just give it a little shake. It'll go on for you a little longer before you have to give it at least a 10-minute break. You can use your felts quite a bit before they actually die on you. I always carry spares, so I almost never have trouble. I've got about 3 or 4 doubles in there, so I'm alright for now, I think. But even then, I'm going to be switching sides on this one, because I need to do the face. And hopefully I'll be able to get into the small spaces without smudging the green pieces. It's mostly just fur marks anyway, so you just gotta streak right through it. I think he looks more cat-like than he does fox-like. Just go around the patterns here. Just got a streak, streak, streak kind of thing. And I purposely made it streak right there next to his eye, so it'd make a little bit of a darker line. Alright, and I did the same up here. I made a little line. I'm going to leave it to dry. So when I color over it, it's going to purposely streak and leave a darker line. Alright, so let's go back up here. And see if there's a blue line there. I'm just going to go over that blue line. And it leaves like an indentation as to where it's darker. And that's where the eyelid meets the corner of the cheek. Right in there. Right in there. There you go, and you've got darker indentations there. You can even do it like right in the corner of the eye here. Underneath is good too. Right down the muzzle. Underneath the lip too is good. All these details are minor and mostly unnecessary. We'll go over them again in China Blue. Or probably even just one of the other darker, lighter blues I have here. Probably Sky Blue would be good. But I'll come back to you guys when I'm done coloring in the tail.